Can you guess what changed? Same camera, same footage, but completely different look. Hi everyone, today I'll show you how I edited my Darjeeling travel footage using Dehancer. Let's see if it actually gives that film look.
Okay, so let's start editing by going to the color tab. Let's see, we have the node here. Let's expand the effects tab. Here we can search for Dehancer by typing it. Just drag and drop this Dehancer on the node. Here we can see all the settings available from Dehancer. Let's see by scrubbing the video footage. Here in the top we have input. At the source we can see already Rec 709 is selected and it is already enabled. There we have film option as well. We can enable and disable it. By doing so we can see the difference what is happening. Also just disable this grain mode. Film grain is not something I'm looking for this footage. Now we can also change the profile, film profile. We can't see the drop down menu in the screen recording, but there are plenty of options available. I have tried multiple different profiles from this drop down menu and saw what are the difference, and finally I thought Kodak Ektar 100 is something that I am looking for in this footage. So I finally chose Kodak Ektar 100 and I feel this profile gives that cinematic look in this mountain related footage. Let's scroll down and see what all other options we have here. And here we have film developer option, which gives the option to granularly modify the footage. Here I am changing the contrast boost and set it at 22.5 and I reduce the gamma to minus 20.5. That's how we can see the better shadows in the footage. And I also boosted the color separation to 100, so the colors are well separated, and also color is boosted to 30.2. At last, just to see the difference, I just checked in and out the enable option to see how the footage is now looking like. Now I just again enabled the film compression. Here I changed the impact to 82.9, that gives the perfect footage, and then white point I set it to the 50 just to reduce the white points because it is already very exposed, you can see. Then I increased the tonal range to 100 and also the color density to 100 just to give that punchy color in the footage. Then I went down and we can see there is two more options, expand and print. I just enabled the expand and here I saw two options. First is black point. I just increased it to something like 4.81 to give that contrasty look, and also the white point I reduced it to 96.3 just to have that proper well balance in black and white. Now from the print section I just selected the cinnamon film log profile that gives the perfect match for this footage, and in the exposure section I'm just setting it to minus 0.8. that gives the perfect exposure to the footage and lowers the overexposure. Now we also have tonal contrast. I'm just increasing it to 7.4 so that the tones in the footage gets well contrasting, and in the color density I am setting it to 50.4 just to give that punchy color vibe in the footage. Now we are scrolling down, we can see we have halation option as well, and there we also have a profile option. Just enable the halation and now voila, you can try different profiles. We tried 8mm as well, and then I thought 35mm is best for this footage. If we scroll down a bit, we can also find the Vignette option there, and I just set the exposure to minus 1.287 and that gives the perfect feel. We also have a mask mode here that shows how much Vignette is getting applied on the footage, and after some experimentation on this size I just stick to 87.6 and also turned off the mask mode, and a little bit more sprinkle on the exposure just to make it more accurate, and finally I chose minus 0.202. So that's how I have set the perfect vignette on the footage. Now you can see a cinematic vignette is already applied on our footage. Now that all the color grading heavy lifting is done by Dehancer, we can switch back to the editing tab and see how the footage is looking like now. And previously the footage was really overexposed, but after applying Dehancer it has become really looking film like. So if you also want to have this kind of film like look in your footages, then don't forget to check out Dehancer Pro. And while checking out, don't forget to use our Bitansha 10 coupon code to get an instant 10% discount. Dehancer offers both a monthly subscription based plan or a lifetime purchase, so that you can choose at your convenience. So finally, this is the moment of truth. Let's enjoy the cinematic video together.
If you love cinematic travel videos, then Dehancer is definitely your friend. Thanks for watching.